About that time. This is about that time. Every song pleasure. No, it doesn't matter to me about weather. When the time comes, other people gon' remember. Yes, it's cold in December. Drop it eat like a heifer. Take a seat, get a lecture on your feet like a leopard in my teeth. There's a measure of the peace and the pressure turning keep others at the quantity. I can feel it so deep. This is how I speak. Feel the song is all the sea. For the strong, I for the weak. Nobody let it go. Live stream. Is it being live streamed? All right, cool. Make sure that we live. Make sure you can hear me. All right, smooth. We're in there. All praise. All right, let's get to it. Run it back. One time. Run it back. What's up, everybody? It's the one and only Master myself. We're here live, tapping in from IMC Base 5. It's a pleasure and honor to be with you again. All right, we're going to get started shortly. This is what we call the Master's Table. Tonight we're talking about how to speak your world into existence, right? How to create your world with your words, how to design your world. And y'all stay tuned, man. It's going to be a powerful episode. Congratulations on making it through another cycle, another moment in time. We're going to tap in. Salute. Purpose of a pleasure, and I'm living better. Black junkie on, and you really are. No, it doesn't matter to me about the weather. When the time comes, other people gon' remember. Yes, it's cold in December. Drop it eat like a heifer. Take a seat, get a lecture on your feet like a leopard in my teeth. There's a measure of the peace and the pressure turning keep others at the quantity. I can feel it so deep. This is how I see. Feel the sun is all the sea. For the strong, I for the weak. Nobody let it go. Let it go. This is calling little shamans and the answers gotta make up in my presence. Colder than December, present time is like a present. Memento mori story, I don't want to waste a second. A new reconstruction, you could feel it in my essence. It's the process, vision tripping, I ain't at the top yet. Making miracles when the presence of a prophet. Feeling like a monster, swear to God, I'm like the Loch Ness. Beyond the game, taking breaks the time, you can stop yet. Advanced five is the product, put the vision together, we make it and come alive. Time sees the vibe, it's the way that we ride. The message in the room, and we call it a mastermind. I'm just giving out All right. Salute everybody, man. It's the one and only Master myself. We're here live once again, tapping in from IMC Base 5. All right, now we are located in Phoenix, Arizona, soon to be relocated to Las Vegas. All right. But while we're here, man, we want to tap in. We want to provide value. We want to give insight as to what is going on in the world of IMC Nation from our perspective, right? But specifically tonight, we're talking about how to design your world with your words, right? The power of your words is unparalleled. This is something I've been a preacher of, right? A pastor of, a messenger of for the longest time, ever since I can remember. And I'm gonna scoot up a little bit so y'all can see more of the Phoenix here in the back. You know what I'm saying? So let me get right.
Technical difficulties. All right. Ooh, like an old man around here. All right, first and foremost, before we get started, know and understand that everything that I do and say here is done under the benefit of entertainment. All right. So don't take what I say seriously. Number two, this is for adults. All right. And adults only. No kids, no children in the room. What do I do with my phone? Phone gotta be around here somewhere. Number three, do not break the laws of the land you're tuning in from, wherever it is that you are. Number four, you're an adult, and that means as an adult, you're responsible for your own actions, all right? And number five is, I'll go by the name Master myself, and this here is the Master's Table. We are here to serve. We are here to live and operate in a realm of masters and nothing less than that, right? So we're gonna get started on that tonight. Let me go ahead and go live here first and foremost. How to all right. What's up, IG? It's the one and only Master myself. We're here live tapping in. I want to show y'all real quick. Let me show y'all if the camera will switch for me. All right, we here live on, you know what I'm saying, the Master's Table. This is a Zoom broadcast and so on and so forth. But anyways, this is how to speak your reality into existence, all right? So y'all track along as much as you can. We're gonna go ahead and tap in for the night, all right? How to speak your reality into existence, right? How to, speak with authority, knowing and understanding that you can create. You are creating, you are utilizing your communication on a regular basis to design the reality or design the frequency or design the experience, right, that you're having, no matter who it is that you are, no matter what it is you're doing. What's up, the one and only Ambu in the house, salute, brother. IMC you know what I'm saying? We here live. So, to speak your reality into existence, to be aware of the reality that you are creating, is to be aware of the power of your own words, right? Because you have words, you have the means to be able to use your words to create effects in your life, right? Every one of us, whether you believe it or not, are living in the standpoint of being somebody that is designing your life, right? The words that we use to describe the world in which we're experiencing is unique to us, right? And so each of us are utilizing, we have the opportunity to utilize our communication to create effects in this life. None of us, right, are subject to, the reality that somebody else is telling us. No, all of us have the ability to use our words to create our world, right? And so your words are utilized to create the world in which you're experiencing right now, right? So wherever it is that you are, where you can find yourself on planet Earth right now, whatever condition and circumstance you find yourself in, I want you to look back on the words that you use to describe your experience. The secret of communication, right? The secret of some of the highest level entrepreneurs, the highest level creators, highest level influencers, celebrities, and so on and so forth, is the art of communication. Now, this is so important. I want you to know and understand, just imagine a world without communication, like without the means to be able to use your words to create effects on others, or to be able to describe your experience, right? Imagine the value that you would begin to. Let's wait for it a moment. Housemate walking out, so we're gonna wait. So again, imagine being able to use your words to create effects in your life, right? Using your intelligence, right, to be able to describe the reality that you want to experience. Now, let's say that for right now, you're not yet experiencing, the reality that you desire, right? Whatever that may be. Let's say that you want to live the movie star lifestyle. You want to, travel the world. You want to, be the head of your family. You want to be, just a high level creator, right? You want to be intermixing and intermingling with some of the highest level, entrepreneurs or creators or influencers, whatever that may be, whatever that looks like for you. What did I just do right now? I just created opportunities or potentials that you could tap into with the words in which I was using to describe, right, this potential experience, right? So what words would you use to describe the world that you are creating? Whether you believe it or not, what you're constantly focusing on when it comes to communication lines that you have, right? When we go out as a base in the pack, what are we doing? Well, we're communicating the dominant philosophy that we live with, right? For example, we have a philosophy that's called memento mori, which means remember you die. Why is that a philosophy? A philosophy is the philosophy, the literal translation is the love of wisdom, right? So why is that a dominant philosophy, right, in our minds? Why is that a mechanic in our mind? Well, when you think with the idea that you're someday going to die, you're not going to live for forever, what happens in your mind? Well, you begin to think about, okay, I'm going to die someday, meaning that I have an expiration date. If I have an expiration date in this life, well, I need to know and understand that I have an opportunity right now to begin to create. So what's up, Hoffa in the house, man? Salute. Rafa. I said Hoffa. So imagine that you had the ability to use these words once again to create effects in your life. And the effects that you're creating, the effects that you experience are all a result of the way that you're talking about life, right? So if I was to say that my life is magical, my life is mystical, meaning that every moment of my experience is something that's just like, it's out of this world, it's out of normal reality, meaning that like the communications that I have, there's something different about it. The vibe in which I carry, there's something different about it, right? When I walk into a grocery store and I'm being acknowledged by, the grocery store employees, heads start turning, right? And people start looking at me with a sense of admiration. They don't know what they're admiring, but they're looking at me as if they are wanting to know who I am. Why do I carry myself with this confidence? Why do I carry myself with this energy? Why do I embrace this environment the way that I am doing, right? When people see that, they're living in my experience because they're not creating their experience, right? Or let me correct that. They are creating their experience, but their experience is limited to the words in which they're using to describe their experience. Whoever you are, you got to know and understand right now you are creating the experience that you're having. So if you don't want to experience any more of what you're experiencing right now, what do you have to do? Well, you got to reverse engineer the process, right? Where you are right now is an indication of your communication. For example, how your relationship is with your employer. If you have an employer, right? The way that your relationship is with that employer is a direct result of your words, right? So your words, you can use your words. You have the ability to use your words to create effects in your life. So if you were to go into work, quote unquote, tomorrow, once again, you to address your employer, what would you say? What could you say to create the effect that you want in your life, right? Maybe you want a raise. Maybe you want to, have a better communication line so that you can, get the kind of schedule that you want. Maybe you want to, get rid of somebody that's in your job that's like negative energy, or whatever the case may be, right? If that was the case, well, you have the ability to use your communication to create that communication line, right? So we got to know and understand that that does not happen until you take responsibility for your words. When I understood, there's a whole, world of studies, you know what I'm saying, about the ability to use your communication or use the vibration of feeling and the not just the feeling, but the effect of sound, right? There's a study that, the effect of the sound that you're using to describe your world. What's up, love? What's going on with you? The sound of the feeling to describe your world. I don't even know if that makes sense. Let me just try that again. The sound that's coming from you, right? The words that you use to express in your life are rippling, creating vibrational experiences, right? Meaning that like the words that you use on a consistent basis, those words are what are creating effects in your life, right? And maybe you don't know this until you are actually engaging with somebody, using your words intentionally, right? So if I have the intention of, creating an effect on somebody, for example, let's say that I want to make somebody just feel good. Well, I can use my words to make that person or help that person to feel exactly how they want to feel, right? Because I have the ability to use my words to create effects on those people, right? And whether you believe it or not, this is the way that our lifestyle, right? The way that we relate to others, it's only established through our communication. So your communication, there's nothing more valuable in your communication, right? Your communication is everything. When you have the ability to use your words to create effects on others, meaning, like, if I speak to you today and I say, I just want to let you know I truly, truly value, your time, your presence, your energy, and I value you as a being, as a spiritual being. Like everybody that's here, that's watching right now, right? A few people that we got on IG and people that's here live. I want y'all to know, like, I truly enjoy you and I recognize you as a spiritual being, as somebody that is existing in this plane of existence, and you are important. I want you to know that. See, how I'm speaking to you right now is meant to create some kind of effect on you, right? So you're processing it on a conscious level, and then subconsciously you're also receiving the way that I'm, communicating to you, right? So the energy, the frequency, and the vibration, right? Those are the keys of the universe, as Nikola Tesla said, right? Or Nikola Tesla, how do you say his name? You feel me? Tesla. But we have the ability, once again, to irradiate, to connect to somebody. Now, how do you connect to somebody? Well, you use your communication. You use this instrument that you have within life. You don't have to experience the same experience as everybody else. No, you can be intentional with your communication. So once again, if you want to create a different relationship with your employer, what you're going to do is start to use your words to begin to describe the reality that you see yourself moving forward, right? So let's say that once again, just as an example, if you want to get a raise, right? I've done this. I've been in a position before, right, where I wanted to get a raise and I didn't know, exactly how I was going to go about it. But I figured it out. And what I figured out was I needed to establish this communication with my employer and let them know, like, yo, these are the things that I've done, right, to change my situation and circumstance in life, right? And that was not going to happen until I communicated to them, like, yo, this is the value that I want to offer you, instead of what I'm being paid to do, or what I'm enlisted to do, or what I'm whatever my objectives are. Yes, these are my objectives, but this is what I've done outside of these objectives, right? I remember sending emails to the whole team. I was managing, a whole team and so on and so. So I remember sending emails to the team as like it was like an email of encouragement. You know what I'm saying? Because it was time and time again that other people were sending emails that were just nasty. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to use my communication to directly impact and influence people by just putting my thoughts and ideals into words and then sending that out to other people, right? And what happened as a result of that? Well, those people began to receive that communication line, and then they had a different relationship too. They said, hey, man, I read your email. That was amazing. Like, I didn't know that you could break it down like that. You gave some great points and so on and so forth. I remember getting all this feedback, and I was like, damn, that was not available until I did that, right? Until I used my communication to create this effect in my world and my experience, right? So I want you to be conscious and become aware of the words that you are using right now to describe your experience and the words that you can be using. Imagine what would it be like if you began to describe your experience exactly how you wanted to experience. Meaning, like, you wanted to be an influencer of some sort, right? So if you were an influencer, how would you speak, right? What words would you use to describe your experience? Well, one of those phrases or words, or your experience. If you're telling somebody about your experience, what's going on, mama? My mom's on. If you were to use your communication to create effects, right, with somebody else. Hold on, I just lost my train of thought. Let me get it back. It's coming back. If you were to use your communication to create the effects that you desire in your world, right, what would you need to do? You would need to be conscious of the words that you've been using, right, in your past, and then the words that you want to use, right? So how do you want to speak about your experience? How do you want to experience life? What is it that you want to enjoy, right? So once again, if you are the next version of yourself, right? Let's say that the highest version of yourself that you can imagine, right? So you are doing exactly what you want to do. You are around the people that you want to have around. You are, living at the state of abundance that you want to. You are all of what you've imagined. How does that person speak to his world or her world, right? How are you experiencing this thing called life when it comes to your connections, right? That you're establishing when it comes to being out in the world and so on and so forth. Like how do you relate to the world? If you can take on the consciousness or the understanding or the understanding, like I like to say, right, of what it's like to use your communication as the greater version of yourself, right? Not the version that you are now, but the greater version of yourself, your highest version, the highest version that you can imagine. If you were to use your communication now, right, not being that, but to speak like that from this moment on, I guarantee you everything would change. I can tell you that because I'm living in that experience. Now, I remember doing these live streams time and time again, like literally, which is crazy. Well, it wasn't 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago. I remember doing these live streams and speaking as if I was speaking to a worldwide audience, right? And speaking as if, I had been doing it for years, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't at that proficiency level. I was not able to articulate my ideals and thoughts and patterns and so on and so forth as eloquently or clearly as I am doing it now, right? And of course, it's a continuous work in progress and process, right? An evolution of communication. However, if you want to be something, you want to do something in this life, think from the place of, right, already having that. Not don't think about it, right? Don't think about your future. Think from the beingness, right? Because you can communicate that beingness right now. You can communicate to your world. You can say, world, I'm on my way to making $1 million. As I'm on that process, this is what I'm learning. World, eventually you can begin to take on the framework. That's the beauty of our consciousness. It's the beauty of our imagination. That's the beauty of our ability to use our intelligence, right? We have the ability to think from the place of already having that, right? Like think about that. Dogs don't get the ability to do that. Fish don't get the ability to do that. Insects don't get the ability to do that. No, we have the ability to use our words to choose our experience. It starts with really it starts with the thoughts, right? But the thoughts are a indication of the communication. You get what I'm saying? So knowing all of that, right, as we come to the end session here or the end of this your talk, what do I want to communicate to you? Well, once again, I want you to first identify the words that you're using to describe yourself, right? So if you are waking up on a daily basis and you're like, man, I'm just tired, I'm stressed out, I don't know, how this is going to happen, I'm just frustrated and so on and so forth, but you're going to live in that experience because why? Because those are the words that you use to describe your experience. But imagine what would happen if, such a powerful, powerful, powerful phrase. What would happen if you use your words consciously to direct your reality in a different way? So you could say, I'm on my way to becoming abundant. I'm on my way to, living the kind of lifestyle that I want to live. I'm, blessed to, experience this moment right here, right now. I'm present. I'm aware. I'm confident. I'm sure of myself. I'm learning myself every single day. These are simple words that you could once again begin to use on a daily basis and imagine what would happen if you pick up a momentum of speaking in reality on a regular basis. Well, then you begin to live and experience that you designed, right? Once again, because you use your words to describe your world. All right. IG, I'm gonna go ahead and close y'all out. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Once again, this is live every single Monday night here on the Master's Table, so y'all can join. I don't always go live on IG, but you can join live here on YouTube for IFGTV. All right. Without further ado, talk to y'all soon. Peace. Dang, I could share that, but that's not going to be shared. No, nah. Nope. got some photos. Photos. Got some handle. Okay. So wrapping up again. So cool. Now, all the manifestations that I see on a regular basis right now is 9/27, 21/27 go by military time. I see the number 27 every day. And how many times a day I can't even explain. Like almost every time I look at the clock, it's 27. But anyways, so wrapping up again, the words that you use to create your experience in this life, there is a direct correlation, right, to the reality in which you experience. I'm living a magical and mystical experience every single day, without fail. There is some kind of experience that I can say happens to me or for me, right, in my experience, that is a testament to, my character, the world that I'm creating, right? It doesn't happen without my communication, right? But I know that I have certain affirmations. I know that I speak amongst my tribe. I really don't speak, too much outside of my tribe. You know what I'm saying? From time to time when I'm in service or whatever the case may be, like in certain moments, I'll speak outside of my tribe. But aside from that, like the main focus is my communication, right? Is in a bubble of experience, right? Meaning that the people that I talk to, the things in which I talk about, the experiences in which I have are all synchronized, right? They don't I don't fall victim to the outside world's language, if you will. So within this experience, right? Once you identify what you've been speaking from, you identify who you want to be, and you begin to speak those words, you can begin to live in that experience and live in that reality as a result of your own due diligence, right? Of mapping out what it is that you want, right? So what did I do? Let me give you one actionable piece before we wrap up. What did I do? Well, at some point in time in my history, I remember sitting down and writing this list of affirmations. Not just I am this and I am that. No, I catered it to the kind of character that you see before you. The person, the individual, the way that I communicate, the way that I interact with the world, it's all a result of the way that I speak to myself first and foremost. Because that's one of the greatest relationships that you can develop, right? The relationship that you have with you and you. At the end of the day, nobody else has control of that, right? And so that's where you take back your power first and foremost, right? But then you change the way that you are communicating to the world, right? And that communication, right, to the outside world from the outside of you, that is a communication that you can begin to kind of bounce your ideas off of and reflect and see, like, okay, is the world starting to see me the way that I see myself, right? That's just a kind of like a measuring tool, right? So you want to begin to be conscious of the way that you're communicating to the rest of the world, right? And that happens after you communicate to yourself first and foremost, all right? So that's what I got to say for the night. Appreciate everybody being here and tapping in. Once again, we're going to go through a meditative moment, right? Just to end. Right, so for the next 5 minutes, begin to center yourself. All right, got a little back. Begin to center yourself. Close your eyes. Begin to balance yourself from the inside out. Just again, really tap into that inner world, to the inner version of yourself that is the best version of yourself. Ultimately, nobody else knows what that looks like or feels like or how they interact with the world. But you have an opportunity to tap into that for yourself, because the secret is nobody else can see what's going on inside of yourself. As you tap into your own inner space, begin to take a deep breath in through the nose, fill the lungs, and let it out. Breathing in through the nose, feel your body relax as you let it out, going even deeper to relaxation. Taking time to enjoy your inner space. Take another deep breath in. This time, hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it out. Relax. Relaxing even deeper now. Enjoying the depth of your own inner space. Take another deep breath in. Feel your lungs expand and let it out. Being very, very familiar with your own inner space. Take one more deep breath in before you enjoy the 3 minutes of peace. Breathing in. And let it out. Enjoy the next 3 minutes of peace. Tap into the world within. We come to the final seconds of this exercise. Your own inner experience. Just take the time to appreciate yourself for working on you and tapping into your own inner space. Always appreciate the world within. I can guarantee you the world without will make more sense. As you begin to wake up to your own external experience, you can open your eyes, begin to slowly move pieces of your body, and welcome yourself again to the external world. It's always a pleasure and honor to come in here and tap in with you. I go by the name Master Myself. I'm here every single Monday night, and every single Monday night we're here leveling up, get better and better. Once again, we're here live from IMC Vegas 5 here in Phoenix, soon to be Vegas. But until then, man, just continue to watch our evolution, our growth. Follow us on Instagram. You know what I'm saying, at IMC Base 5. And you know what I'm saying, this is another creation for IMC TV. Salute to all the brothers on IMC TV. Continuing to create and evolve and grow. It's been a pleasure and an honor once again to be a part of this mastermind and this growth and this IMC television production and network, right? As we continue to expand and grow. Once again, I'm here planting seeds, if you will, right, for the future, right? Beginning to use my words to create, on a consistent basis. That's what I encourage everybody here to do on the same manner. Use your words to create the world of the experience that you choose. All right. Once again, I'll go by the name Master Myself. This is IMC Nation once again. And until next time, what we say in IMC Nation is be the best and fuck the rest. What I say is knowledge of self is knowledge of wealth. It's the one and only Master Myself tapping out.